One of the things that's occurred to me as I've been vlogging more in different situations, using different setups, different cameras, like now, I'm using my phone in my car, got some AirPods in, and I'm making this video. Now, obviously, I'm driving. You can quite clearly see I'm driving. It is legal to do this, I did check, so don't tell me off, anybody. But obviously I'm concentrating on the road. Perhaps when I stop I'll look at the camera, that kind of thing, but for the most part I'm concentrating as I was normally when I'm driving, if I was having a conversation with somebody in the car with me or on the phone. And that's really helping, I think, get things out of my head, and just I'm less conscious of the camera, so it's making me more comfortable with the situation and talking to the camera. And perhaps just conveying ideas pretty much in real time as they pop into my head. Now, that's not to say I'm improving greatly, but I do feel, like I said, from a couple of videos back, I'm definitely progressing down that road of being more confident in front of the camera, and certainly more confident talking about certain things. Anyway, with that in mind, today has been productive, if nothing else. I've done some gardening for my parents. Well, I say gardening, I've burnt some stuff with one of those weed burnery things, and then was back over home in the studio. I actually asked for some help from a friend to get the light up and swap it out in the studio. It looked like it was only going to take 10 or 15 minutes. Everything was going really, really well until it turned out the mountings for lights that are allegedly the same, totally different. So that's taken a couple of hours to sort, but now I just need the electrician to come over and swap the other light out in the mains and be in a really good position in the home studio in terms of just lighting for doing general stuff, not for recording, but for everything else that's not recording, where I don't need the studio lights on. I'll have a reasonable lighting setup just for general use in there, which is really, really great. Can't be happy enough with how that's going. One issue I have found around the streaming is I'm struggling to see the monitor from where I sit. Now, I thought this might be the case, and I've got a couple of ways of how to resolve it. I mean, the obvious solution is get a bigger monitor, which causes mounting issues because I've set everything up for this one. It's not a huge problem, but I don't really want to invest in a bigger monitor if I can avoid it, because, well, I haven't got the money to buy another monitor, and this one's not that old. Even though it was only a super budget monitor, it's 32 inch, it is only 1080, but that is not a bad thing in some respects, because I am genuinely struggling to see from where I am or where I sit. I'm not like in front of the monitor like this distance. I'm like 4-5 foot away from the monitor, so actually reading text on the screen is difficult. One solution I've got is to have a secondary monitor suspended from the rigging I've got in the studio, and just having certain elements on that monitor, or using a wireless monitor, so something like an iPad to act as a second screen that I can put the stream chat on, or anything else. The other problem that I've noticed, which, bearing in mind things have evolved from what the original intent of that space was, so it started out as just a gaming space. I had a painting studio elsewhere and I wasn't doing loads of making videos or anything. That monitor was literally just going to be displaying stats for games, so rather than having rulebooks in front of us, we could use KC Dash or whatever, even something we'd built ourselves to show army lists, movement costs, so we didn't have counters all over, so we could concentrate on being involved in the games rather than having all of this other stuff around it. And it was the minimum requirement of a screen, because I wanted to make sure screens weren't part of that social time where I was interacting with friends I actually wanted to enjoy spending gaming time with, into me using it as a painting studio and a well, it is literally a production studio for making my own content. So yeah, it's not really fit for purpose, but I've got solutions around that, and it's certainly not stopping me from doing anything, so that's cracking. What else can I talk about today? I think that's it. I played some video games for the first time in a long while this week. You know, I needed a bit of a break from people and talking, and so my amazing wife just let me have a few hours this week to just sit and play video games in the living room, which is not something I normally do. She doesn't normally. She's never stopped me from playing video games in the living room at all. But I'm very conscious that it's not something she's that interested in, so I try not to do it, even though we've got the best console in the living room and the best TV setup outside of my PC. So for just gaming, that is the best place, but I try to kind of keep that as the family space. But Obi was in bed, she was doing her own thing, and I've got rid of my Xbox Live Pass thing, so I've bought a game on offer and I've started playing through Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I've not played an Assassin's Creed game since Origins, so that was like, what, 6 years ago, I think we'd moved in with my parents for a little while this house was being sorted. So it's been a long time since I've done any Assassin's Creeding. And there's not much difference, I'm not going to lie. However, there is a mini game in Valhalla. It's the dice game, Orlog. I think it's called Orlog. Something like that. It's a Viking dice game that was created for the game. It's not an actual Viking dice game. I love it. I could literally just spend my time playing that game. I played it for 3 hours pretty much yesterday. I think it was 2 hours 45 minutes I played Assassin's Creed for, where I literally just played this dice game. So if anybody does have the Assassin's Creed dice game that they bought when the game came out, or knows where I can get it for a reasonable price, because it's 45 quid on Amazon. I've seen it for 30 quid on Facebook Marketplace, an unopened version, and I really want it. I mean, like, this, I genuinely enjoyed this dice game. It's so much fun. I can't recommend it enough, and I think it goes to show how my taste is changing as I've got older, where I'm getting arthritis in my hands pretty badly, perhaps with a little carpal tunnel, and I'm struggling. I can't play Street Fighter like I used to, or even remotely close. And my Twitch gaming years are way behind me. By Twitch, I don't mean the streaming service. I actually mean, like, you know, Twitch gaming, if that's still a term that people use. I know what I mean. I'm guessing anybody that's watching this knows what Twitch gaming is. Maybe not Will if he's watching it because he's like 12, but other people probably know what Twitch gaming is. So yeah, but I really enjoyed it, and it's one of those things I could play at lunchtime at work or something. I don't know. So there's a very real chance I'm going to pick that up. If not, it'll be a Christmas present, I think, from the missus. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there for today. Crack on. I've just dropped my friend back off home, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time with the wife and the little one again, and then look forward to an amazing tea that she'll be cooking for us later, because she is an amazing good cook. Oh, and we've got some police situation happening here. Nobody's moving. Idiot people not moving. Oh, of course, it's a BMW. Who would have thought? Idiots. Right, until tomorrow, I'll see you later. That's another longish one for me, so see ya.